Here I am squaring up the first board and cutting and measuring the first parts for the lathe stand. It was about 20 degrees in the shop that day, so I was having a lot of issues with tools and wood and it just being cold. Here I am measuring and laying out the lines for the 2x4 notches that will go to hold the sides together and hold the top on. Here we have the two sides and 2x4s all cut to size and ready to assemble. At this point I'm having a lot of fun with the cold wood. I was unable to drill a hole in the wood to insert a screw. Fast forward to the box being assembled, I ended up pulling out the air compressor and framing nailer to put it together. Hey all, this is Patrick Murphy from Quarter Inch Off, and I'm doing an update to the lathe stand that I made. I've gotten a lot of requests for that, so I'm going to quickly go over the stand in more detail. My first video, I lost the video camera and then wasn't able to add the audio, so I'll go over this in a little bit more detail. So what we have here basically is the stand, and I'm using 2x10 material for the top, some 2x4s here for the side, and one little piece of plywood, so I'll go over that. But go over this here. So using 2x10 material, and for my lathe I made the top about 34 inches long, and then what we're looking at here about 28 inches high, which is the right height for me for my lathe. So you can adjust the height of your lathe wherever it's comfortable for you and your model number. Just adjust that down to get the height that you want. Now basically the construction is this box below, and the purpose of this was really to put some sandbags or something to hold the weight to avoid vibration. And I'll tell you, with the 2x10 material here, I got no vibration at all on this thing, so I never needed to fill it, so I just use it for storage of stuff. But basically, as you can see, the construction here is you've got a side that is notched out for a 2x4 on both sides, so you have two sides with a 2x4 that connects them together. And then on the wings here for stability, it's still a 2x10, and what I did was I notched it out, so there's a 2x10 rail here, again to the length that you need for your lathe, and I basically notched these out here, as you can see, about 2 inches off either side of the board, which leaves about 5 inches here, and then I put leg screws in the side here to bolt the wing into the side here. So you have 4 wings, 2 side pieces, 2 end pieces, and a top. Now I made my top, or I made this length, like I said, comfortable for me. But if I ever needed to adjust it, I could just add another board in here and nail it in and be good with that. Get some measurements here. So basically I made these 19 tall on the outside for the wings and about 13 and a half on the side. So I just did a diagonal cut there just to, you know, make it look pretty when you're standing at the lathe, then you don't hit it with your knees at all. It's a comfortable height. The one thing I wish I would have done is made the bottom here. Here's the bottom piece of plywood just to add for storage, which is just nailed onto the bottom. Made a bigger gap here for my feet. So when I'm standing at the lathe, it becomes more comfortable here if I had more room for my feet. That's the one change that I would make in this, is to bring that box bottom up taller. Now I also did for these wings, as you can see, I used pocket holes here just to add some additional support to get the wings to connect to those side pieces. But also, like I said, there's leg screws on either side of here. And again, it's a comfortable height. Doesn't take that long to make. I think I used two 8-foot 2x10s, two small pieces of 2x4, so one 2x4, and then a scrap piece of plywood that I put on the bottom, just to, again, if you have any vibrations, you can put some weight down there to, you know, make it more stable. So that's my update. I haven't turned in a while, so I haven't used this in a while, but I was frequently getting questions on how I made this and what I did. And again, it's fairly easy. Just side piece, notch it out for the 2x4s, put a stringer across, put a top on it. I did that first just to make a little box. And then you can make the two side pieces same length, just notch it out 2 inches so that you can put the leg bolts in here and then put the wings on. I also had this against, not standing this way, I had it turned around flat against a wall so I could put my dust collection back. And placing these wings against the wall also helped for stability. So hope that helps. Till next time, thank you.